Yeah, like as I talked about before, cold positions, you've thrown all your utility, maybe you only have a few, like a flashbang or something like that left, but it's always scary because you don't know if Guardian's gonna come and peek you, right? So you probably want to smoke off your area of the map, right? Sure. But yet again, if they're not coming, you don't have any utility left for when they do attack. So I prefer playing, as Navi, I would prefer playing the way that Zeus called with Navi. I really like that way of playing. But then you have to adjust your game style depending on what kind of players you have, right? So now they have Simple, they have Flamey, super good individual players, just need to be let off. They have Edward, experience, Seized, and Guardian, what probably has been one of the best operators in the world. So, I mean, yeah, the slow style Navi with Guardian, yeah, because, I mean, the difference also back then was that the team worked around Guardian, right? Yeah. It was kind of like Guardian going around the map trying to get picks. The other guys, they were just kind of holding back, like playing defensively, trying not to get picked off, while Guardian kind of took map control for the team, and then they execute. It's super hard to play against. This Navi that we will see today will probably not play like that. I think this Navi that we see nowadays, that we've been seeing the past couple of months, have been more fast-paced, trying to get the early picks and going like more YOLO style.
This kind of evolution of not only Counter-Strike, but of these teams that had such staple styles. You know, when we talk about, you know, NIP, we talk about Fnatic, talk about Navi, there was always a style affixed to that, which is changing. What do you make of Navi's evolution, Chad?
Well, you need to be a hybrid now, right? And the SK, Astralis, those kind of guys show that. You need to be able to play the slow, methodical style, play the map control and base off of that, and have the aggression, have the set executes, have that approach to the game where you're going to do the risky things and they play off because your players are able to get in those brawls and take those fights and get the multi-frags. Because, sure, you can play fundamental Counter-Strike until the cows come home, but if you're versing a team that is just running a style at you that is making your life extremely difficult, it is not always going to work.
Sure, and of course on the other side of the court, as it's such, is Liquid, and a team that, of course, demoralized is going to be the word used. They've made it clear themselves throughout social media and interviews, but I mean, it's very clear when you look at the results themselves. Not making it to the major is a big blow for Liquid. The players themselves, of course, top prospects in everyone's eyes. They do all consider them a real top contender to not only take the NA spot, but also represent their nation. Places like this, the Lanxess Arena. They are here, and they do have an opportunity to go ahead and flex and see if they can demonstrate that that top 2 finish from Liquid last year was not because of one man on the other side of the court. That's right, Navi are going to be taking on Liquid, and it's going to be so much fun. We have to find out the vetoes first, though, and we'll start bringing up those maps, see if we can have a little glimpse into what the thought process was here. Navi still banning Cash in 2017.
I think I said this every time that I feel that it's going to go down towards like a Train, a Cobbler, or a Mirage today.
This is the first 3, yeah.
Mirage is gone now, which is... I think Liquid maybe don't want to get upset on that one again.
Yeah. I mean, Navi's best maps is probably going to be Overpass and Mirage, which is banned now. Always been a big fan of it. They like Train as well, or they did like Train more when they had Zeus. I don't think they like it as much now. But it seems like it's going to come down to Train or Inferno. Navi banning out Cobble and Nuke. They ban Inferno. It's going to be the map. Interesting map. I mean, it's still a pretty new map in the pool. We still see some new teams pulling out different kind of strats on how to play the map. Yeah. So it's not like there's a set meta really for Inferno. Some teams like to go super aggressive down banana like they used to do with the old Inferno, smoking down bottom B. But it's interesting to see because some people are also playing super defensive on B. So
how close are we to that aggressive B smoke we used to be able to throw with the change of the skybox?
You can't do it from spawning.
No, right? So is it just from construction? Is that the quickest one you can throw?
The mouth to B, right? You can do it from the kind of entrances you're coming as a CT.
So it's still quick enough to go for some aggressive CT control.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you notice it as a T that the CTs are smoking down bottom B, you're probably gonna guess that they're gonna be, at least maybe the first time they do it, they're probably gonna get 3 guys towards B if the Ts would contend. Which is what I've seen a lot is that teams, they just W up mid. I mean, they just rush up mid because they know that it's probably just going to be 2 guys if we attack fast enough to attack the A-bomb side. Yeah. So that's why we have seen different kind of styles in Inferno, I think.
Well, definitely going to be a clash of styles with this one. It sounds like the players are already ready to go. There's so much more I'm sure we could have said about this one, but I'll give the closing thoughts to you, Chad, before we head over to our casters.
I think, you know, the style that Liquid are going to approach this match with is they're just going to run with the same game plan they would have had set for the major qualifier. So they're not going to really change a whole lot for the way Navi play. Like we talk about, Navi, they've had a chance to be able to boot camp, change their style, so they might bring in some new stuff here to catch Liquid off guard. But with Twist and Elige, happy to brawl, I think those 2 guys can make this a really interesting match.
And we'll leave it there. Here we go then. Simple takes on the team. He once wore their shirt. Let's jump in as Jason and Lauren are standing by.
one. Inferno between these two. I can't wait for this.
Yeah, no, this is going to be spectacular. Especially, I mean, the dangerous part of this, right, is Team Liquid just suffering that massive heartbreak and not qualifying for the major. I'm still heartbroken about it. But I mean, the interesting thing is Cologne now becomes their major, right? Like this is another team now where this is the event that they're going to have for the next 2 months. We're going into the player break.
Well, we're going to see how well prepared Navi are for this one. Already a nice approach. Got Edward up on the Tech 9. Couple of smokes and Molly as well. But look at the aggression coming out from Liquid. 3 players down towards Banana. One just waiting at the top there. You've got a Legion Stan having a little bit of a walk.
And the bait set up as well. They even have Nitro far back at the car to pull him in, but unfortunately this can be a quick flank as well. Flamey's going to be watching for that flank if it does come in, if the execute is towards the A bomb site. Liquid's been doing this frequently on their pistol rounds though. Heavy towards one side of the map so you can have a quick flank, and Navi's got to be very, very careful.
Yeah, I also love the spot that JDM's in, just on top of the bike. You're pretty much scot-free. The problem is there's still a molly there, but here comes that aggression. Let's see if it works out, and it does. Stan and Elige deliver exactly what you need. So there's Flamey and C's already gone.
And the bomb's down as well. It's in perfect position to cover that. There goes the smoke. It almost feels like someone has to get aggressive and just risk it and try and pick up the bomb, but actually it's Stanislaw. I think that's through the smoke, maybe in front of it. Guardian goes down, so this is the last hope right here, is this flank from Edward, but you got to imagine with 3 people in Banana, someone's going to be watching for this, and JDM now spots it out. That's clinical precision. Simple, the last one left in a 1-on-5, brings Stan down very, very low, but needs to get the kills. This is unlikely, as if that's the understatement of the year.
Yeah, unlikely. I think we'll go with that for now. Simple going to be taken out by Elige, and that Banana aggression really paid off in the end.
Absolutely did, especially because I mean, obviously you can't really expect that, but one of those players trying to take control of Banana is with the bomb. So as soon as they get those kills, it's dropped, and there's really no chance to get back into it. So Team Liquid up 1-0, and that's kind of what you need after you experience that kind of heartbreak. I talked to some of these guys immediately after that match against Flipside, and it was probably some of the most crushed I've seen players be. The only person I can think of that was more crushed was actually Sponge when he failed to qualify for MLG Columbus.
Poor Chad. Don't bring it up. Poor guy's sensitive. But we do have a real eco. It's so rare, and you can see. Oh my God, that molly, Stan! And the money factor is important from that.
We saw, was it Navi who did this on Overpass that one time as well? And Molotov is thrown down, and they just decided to burn alive instead of giving away the money. So I'm imagining it's for the economy, especially especially with no real upgraded pistols bought, right? Like you just burn alive because you don't really have a great chance of taking money away. But it is Stan's happy.
It's not bad to get around a nice ace without literally shooting a bullet.
That's some stat padding I've ever seen. He's going to have like 500 damage in that one round alone. That's not bad, is it? Well, 3rd round bye, and JDM with that peek out window actually already spots it out. He sees or hears the AK-47, the Galil's firing. So calls it out to his team. That might change the style a little bit from Liquid here.
JDM just praying that someone would dare to go to the molly again. Of course, not going to be the case this time. Navi, well weaponed up. Bomb down in second mid, just waiting for their chances here. Not really tendering towards Banana early either. You've still got Flamey keeping eyes on it, so they can't particularly push down like they did before. And you will, I guess, take away some of that utility that already Liquid were quite sparse on. They don't actually have that much to play with. They're down to flashes now.
Yeah, that's a little bit frightening for them. Navi busting out this slow-paced style they used to be known for. No real pressure anywhere on the map. Just now probing up middle once all these smokes have subsided. Simple's going to be the one leading the way. Do have to say, Twist has been magnificent for this team, but there's JDM, not known for his rifling. Nice opening kill, though. It's a big frag to get.
And you can see instantly Navi, I up B. But there's still Elige playing contact. He can fall off this if he feels pressure, and he does. So falls away. He does have support on the way as well. But he's pretty much alone here. Nitro's got one flash to play in for him, and that's it. You're just looking at raw firepower to try and control this. Smoke goes in, still a molly up. That's going to be put down as well, and the hit begins. Nitro's there, Elige over by not so Nubox anymore. Looking for his first frag, and that's going to be Guardian probably on the chopping block. It is. Elige can now play it out. Attention was drawn towards previous coils, but eventually Navi do get the kills, but the rotate was there in time. Stan with a lovely bit of timing and finally controlling that round.
That's great defense as well from Elige from Team Liquid. You know, it's one of Chad's favorite things to talk about from the defensive side is that transitional defense. So Elige boosted up, probably has the advantage in any fight, any opening fight he takes, but instead of taking it, he falls back once he spots a shoulder. That allows Nitro to rotate, and then when they feel more pressure, a third player can rotate, and playing in spots that take time to clear out for Navi. So by the time they finally get the bomb site, they're not expecting that third player. They clear out Elige and Nitro, but that third player is able to clean things up.
Alright, Deagles, a couple of Glocks, a P250. It's not much to write home about. JDM's up for the challenge, and I was going to have a little bit of a chat about JDM and see how you feel about this. You know, his AWPing at one point, it was quite a focal point. It was something to truly be discussed. It's gone a little bit quieter recently. It's not been as much of a factor. Is this a style change? Is he not as confident? What do you think's happened with this guy?
It's two things. I mean, it's a little bit of a style change. Obviously, when he was in CLG and he had that, he was like probably the best operator in North America for a number of months, is when he was allowed to play that Guardian style where he was the focal point of everything. He got everything he wanted with that team. It was set up entirely for his success. Now he's having to learn a different way. The second part of why maybe he's a little bit quieter is because Liquid themselves as a team have never been able to incorporate an Opera, so they're learning as well how to make more plays for the Opera, how to set the Opera up to have success. And obviously that's going to be a struggle at times when you're learning how to kind of play this new style like that, playing it properly. But the good news for them is I know Elise just put out that quote that the AWPing has been a little bit of a struggle for them. JDM had a phenomenal game in that loss versus Flipside in triple overtime to qualify for the major, but JDM was great with the AWP in that game.
Yeah, absolutely. But for now, a good clean round for Liquid here, not losing a single player, barely taking any damage at all across the board. Exactly what they'd be looking for in this point, not giving up anything to those rather deadly deagles that did sit in Navi's hands. But a 4-0 start, a nice way to get yourself confident. And, you know, Stan's score looks impressive. Let's remember that that 5, yeah, the 5 edition. Let's, you know, take that way, but it's still looking pretty good for them. And they haven't gone for that full upgrade yet either. They've still got a couple of these slightly lower tier weapons. I guess you can put the UMPs there. The FAMAS is still out for JDM, but he's doing just fine. Got plenty of money to fall back on, and they know Navi's money is far from perfect.
Yeah, and still, I mean, it almost feels like one of those bonus rounds. You still have a UMP in play. You still have a FAMAS as well. That's quite nice. Heavy Halls presence for Navi. They want to try and take over that portion of the map, push it back.
They've kind of lost down Banana early as well. There was, again, that 3-man stack over towards B. 2 players play down pretty deep. One sits back a little further. And again, they've got great map control. But JDM gets put on notice. Has to fall back now. Got a little careless, I guess, playing towards quad. Didn't feel much pressure, and then the peak was there. Stan as well, playing pretty passively towards Arch. But there's the breakthrough. Simple, going to find JDM. And now Stan has to find one back, but he can't do it. Seized is just better. Twist falls as well. And maybe you can see that firepower suddenly starting to appear for Navi.
Yeah, a little bit of awkward fights, I think, for the Liquid guys. Stan is all especially trying to push, but wasn't expecting it through the smoke. I think maybe, I mean, even with the great economy that Team Liquid has, Elige Nitro there should have just fallen back and saved those weapons. But they have plenty of money to come back into this. It's going to cost a lot, though, which is a little bit unfortunate. But finally, it's going to be the AWP in JDM's hand. Twist, we have to say, on this map, he was phenomenal defending against Tai Lu when they played on this map at the qualifier. But Twist did play that balcony position quite a bit. So if Navi has done their research, that's something they might be able to. It looked like they were pre-aiming that a little bit, which is a pretty popular angle to go to, so that could just be it. But if they're going to continue to do that, Twist could be in for a little bit of a nightmare. JDM, the aggressiveness. That's how you like to see Liquid has given him free reign at the start of these rounds to try and go for those opening picks, and today he delivers.
I love that as well, and a bit of maybe a slip of the mind from Navi. Normally you either see a molly there, a window, or someone just pre-aiming it from T-Apps, but no one was there. He got complete free reign. You know, throw your minds back to JW doing that every day of the week, every single time he was on this map. You know, that used to be his sort of turf, but for now, that's a beautiful start for JDM with that debut of the AWP coming out here. Probably going to get himself feeling pretty good about it, but still good utility on the Navi side, so they can build from this, but they have very little step towards anywhere on this map.
Yeah, that one pick is going to hurt moving down the line. Either way, there's flashbang up mid. They want to get into position. It's going to be JDM's AWP again is waiting in lane. Smoke to block off Rap side. And this is the spot JDM got picked at in the very last round as well. And at the moment with that man advantage, this is nice from Team Liquid. They've kept 2 players at the B bomb side, realizing with the man advantage you don't necessarily need to cheat or rotate. So they're just playing a very, very defaulted setup. And it looks like Rap side is going to be where they put the focal point.
It could put strain on Liquid, though. If Navi get control of Arch, if they kind of block off what Stan can see, he's going to have to pull himself through towards CT to ensure that B can't be pinched on. We know that Navi used to love doing this as well. They used to do their pistol rounds like this, but Stan now gets the idea. He knows what's coming his way, just pre-fires, hoping someone steps into it, but they break through. Now the next issue is the 2 players already on B, but they're going to have to split themselves up, and they know it. So Elige going to post up by those ruins. First challenges Guardian, he succeeds. Sees the second, and well, he just comes alive, doesn't he? That's the power that Elige can have, and that's perfect. Even though the time was so low, he still contained the threat so well.
It's also great. I mean, great positioning from Stan as well. Moving over, being able to call the information that they are coming spawn, that it is going to be a B split, and you can see the damage he's done. Yeah, it's unfortunate he doesn't get any kills, but these are easy ones for Elige to line up, especially when Nitro takes the attention of some of them from the bomb site. Very, very well done from Team Liquid in that round.
Perfect composure. Navi still able to buy, of course. Got the AWP up on Guardian. Not often do you see them miss, and not often do you see teams give them a chance to get those shots.
Yeah, exactly. And Team Liquid, I mean, that's a little bit of a risk to go for that jump across on mid. Especially considering the round previous, Navi had survived with all 5 players, so they had to have known another buy was coming out. Either way, no damage dealt. Everything calms down here in the mid-round. 3 players from Navi take control of Banana, forcing the defenses back just a little bit of pressure.
I do like the way that Liquid are actually holding their utility this time. Normally by the time the Navi hits, you're down to so little, right? And it's a classic thing with, the classic Navi style before the addition, I guess, of Simple and the different approach, right? The fact that you're generally down to sod all by the time they actually get to the sites because they just run it down. But, Liquid are holding their ground. They're not giving us up too easily, but Navi do have map control building now.
Another change in the defense, though. Navi has spotted out JDM in halls and in lane side, I think, once or twice. Now with the AWP, he goes over towards the library. So trying to switch him up, trying to lure him in maybe to a wrap side hit. Either way, he's going to be the rotator, and with the AWP, he'll be smoked off from spawn if this execute does come in. All 5 players going to be on this side of the map for Navi. They have nowhere else to go. Tough part is, Leash playing right behind this smoke as well. This is a little bit dangerous. It's clear at the moment. Here come the nades. He's going to stick for this fight. No, he's not. He's going to go behind it. Pop flash perhaps off the wall, off the tree. Here it comes, and jumping through.
Back in. I love it. That's a brilliant flash, but he just couldn't land the shot in the end. I love the intention. But he's bought time. Look at it. 14 seconds left. They still have that utility. He's still got 2 mollies as well. Nitro, if you can buy time, you do God's work at this point. He knows that as well. 7 seconds. He's playing for the plant here. Finding one on the way out. His brilliant flame. He goes down, but the trades come in. The bomb is planted. And now Navi have a chance to fight, but it's one man who stands, and it's Guardian in a 1v3. No step towards the bomb here. Has to check Banana. No one's there. And time's ticking. I don't know how much he can do at this.
Yeah, 2 Molotovs as well. There's nothing you can do. Stand 4 kills on the round. Liquid's done such a great job. I mean, it's partially Liquid, obviously, doing a great job delaying, and the players in the B bomb site fighting at the right moment when the reinforcements do finally come. But also Navi, I mean, they slow that hit right down. They get stopped by a Molotov, and that's the double-edged sword of this style. If you're going to be this slow-paced at times when you're executing with 15 seconds left, you have to force the issue, even if it's inconvenient, even if it puts you at a huge disadvantage. You just have to get into that site.
It's a crazy thing, isn't it? Because you look back at the previous Navi when they were able to do this on such a regular basis. You knew it was happening. You knew they were going to go for that 20-second hit, but they still made it count. So it's that missing factor right now. You think with the addition of the almost higher tier firepower, it could be different, but no. But here we go. A little bit of a free farm time. Not to be too easy there. Nitro could be caught out in this situation, but he's doing pretty well so far. Able to back away surprisingly. Drops out on Molly 2. And now he's playing against the odds. Players now swarming the site. It's Guardian eventually to break in, but it's only Guardian left.
Well, it's only Guardian, but he does have the AWP. Great nade stack from Navi, bouncing the nades off the wall, dealing so much damage to Elise. He can only get 1 kill. There's the Molotov to force him out. Unfortunately, there's a lot of utility being used by Team Liquid, and the smokes are up, so they can't punish anything that a Guardian does. They can't punish the movement, and it's all right because the bomb's on the other side of the smoke. But it does give Guardian a chance to slow things down to see if he can find any of Liquid making a mistake.
He's got a minute to play with. And if it was anyone else, okay, maybe Simple, you'd put in the same category, but Guardian can make these situations work. If Liquid give him the tiniest of windows, small opportunity, that's where it can go. But they're not at the moment. They've fallen back. They're playing pretty smart. They're just literally sitting here for that bomb. So you don't have to be too worried. Twist already considering that, the deep rotate, him going all the way back around towards middle. JDM holding ruins, and Stan just kind of chilling out, watching for that straight up push. So there it is. Nice work from JDM. Stoic in nature, not going to give that one away. Guardian not allowed the room to make the play that he was desperately hoping for. And a good approach from Navi, though. They made it pretty costly. They did manage to get that far, but still, you need rounds on the board at this point. You're at 7-1.
Should say as well, I mean, that round could have obviously turned very, very easily. Nitro almost gets caught out with that CZ, the op combo. He's the guy picking up the second op when they want to run a 2-op setup. So Navi's now seen that. That's a great bit of information they can bring into this next round. Pretty interesting. I mean, he hasn't gotten a whole lot of action. Twist has yet to get a kill. He's only died once, though, so it's not a huge issue. I believe this would be a timeout from Navi at this point. If you're down this much, if you haven't had it, they haven't even really had any kind of success.
No. They've really been limited, and individuals as well for Liquid have been hindering them massively. I love that play from JDM already, having the confidence to go towards apps, make the play towards second mid. That was beautiful. Instantly puts them on 4 players, lose out on nothing as well. Didn't even take damage.
Yeah.
So it's just everything seems to be going very nicely for them. I don't know what more to say. You've got Stan having a brilliant game too. He's doing just fine. And there's no big fire, starting to burn under Navi yet. There's no one player finding that huge form.
And look at this buy as well. 3 Deagles, 1 AWP on Guardian with no armor, and a UMP on C's. So out of that tactical timeout, they go for the Hail Mary play.
Gotta risk it for a biscuit, Jason.
That's what I hear. That's what I've been told.
Now, let's see what Liquid do on this sort of round. It's still dangerous. You're hearing the Deagles. You know there may be that threat of that AWP being around, or something being around for these guys. There's always that kind of, in the back of your mind, what do these guys have? So you've got to be a little bit aware of it. But already Elige, deep smoke down Banana, still retaining great deals of control. It looks like a bit of maybe a quick pinch towards Quad at this point. We'll see where they head, as now the flashes can be prepared.
This is so dicey, though. I mean, the Deagles are great, but they're not that great for executes and force buys. Like, you can't just overrun the bomb site. You can't swarm out the halls and find that kill in pit as easily. This is a very, I mean, despite it being 3 pistols, this is a very pick-heavy kind of setup with 1 AWP and those 3 Deagles. A lot of utility used by Liquid. 50 seconds left on the clock. Still a Molotov on Nitro. He's over towards the B bomb site. And this is where it gets dangerous.
I love this boost, though.
Yep, and he can obviously jump up on the roof, jump up onto the railings.
Gives him play, but Twist hasn't let anything show yet either. He's playing very passively towards pit, maybe just playing the cross towards the site. But this does give Guardian great deals of room to get information, and look at this, just assassins creating around the map, but he has made noise. They will probably know where he is now. 27 seconds, they've crept their way up. There's still so much threat here. If Twist gets overwhelmed, and there we go, Stan already going down, there's the shot. Twist has fallen, and it's all on JDM to try and keep this site safe. And what can he do here? Nothing. Gets swarmed in the end by the Zerg force of Navi, just getting up in their face. They've got the double AWP now. They've got everything they want. If they can lock this off plan down, which they should be able to, Navi, what a way to turn things around.
That's too much respect over to the Navi side, allowing them to have so much presence in lane all the way up to the bomb site. They had no pressure. There were no counter nades. I mean, they just didn't have any left. That's one of those rounds where Liquid just used too much too early, and now trying to go for this retake in a 2-on-4. Nitro gets a kill, but he just has to save now. You do not want to have to rebuy this weapon. You've already lost so much. Navi is going to get their second, and they have a double op to play with. It's not, we talk about the T side of Inferno being tough for oppers, even tougher, I would imagine, for double ops to go out, but free weaponry is nice.
That's not bad. I don't know if they can find an AK to change out with. I don't think they need to at this point. You still have very capable double up in the form of Simple being there too. Let's not forget that if he fancies a go on it, but for Navi, it's a round on the board more than anything. One that, I guess at the start of it, you wouldn't necessarily expect either. They weren't having much luck. There wasn't much coming their way for free. They were playing very deep on Team Liquid. As you said, probably a little too deep.
Way too passive. And then there was even a flashbang on... Well, the tough part is they were playing... I think that was JDM in the site with the AWP. When you play with an op inside the site, there's not a whole lot you can do, right? He had a flashbang, and he drops it in lane, but, I mean, Twist doesn't peek with it. JDM obviously can't really peek with it with the AWP, so... A lot of opportunities there for Navi to get exactly what they wanted. Here's a clever peek. Flamey's got to be careful, but Nade Stack takes out Guardian. Rough round for him.
Guardian falling, that's one AWP removed. Simple retains the other. They can recover it if required, but for now, that banana control still does sit with Navi, but they just don't have much play beyond that. They do have the AWP now back in hand. I think they've just thrown it off the map, if anything, or maybe just removed it away, so the double AWP can't be just instantly placed towards Liquid's hands if they do try and play back down banana, but at this point, Navi still have utility put into place. 1 minute on the board as well. JDM going to get flashed out of the angle. He still has Stan there too. Molly goes in. Nade to follow. Maybe start tendering towards his A site.
Oh, you hate that timing. The flashbang gave him the angle one more time, but he is luring them a little bit up mid to Stanislaw. Navi have not cleared that yet. There's the peek from him, and the op is the next one up. That's Simple with it, but he can do absolutely nothing. And meanwhile, the B defense is strong as well. All 5 players alive for Team Liquid still, and it's just Flamey. 38 seconds. He's got everyone to find, everyone to kill, and he's given away his position now. Nitro can just hide. He swings, he gets the headshot, and Elige finishes it off.
Navi aren't causing rotates. They're not able to get any early, easy presence. There's nothing easy happening on this map. You're not getting those quick picks on Banana. You're not getting anything for free.
There's nothing convincing going on from Navi, is there? I mean, it just, I mean, even the round they won was, with the Deagles, and it was Guardian with the op. It was give Guardian plenty of time. That round it works out. This time it's give Guardian. I mean, he gets taken out, but you're letting Simple try an entry towards Rapside with the AWP, get busted up with a stack. So yeah, this Navi side is not looking efficient.
Is this 007? What is that view? That was very confusing. Yeah, and Navi's money is about as flat as their gameplay.
It's garbage, isn't it? I mean, they have an AWP again, but it's Guardian with no armor. This is another round again where, I mean, you're going to see, I think, probably a similar style to what we saw when they had the 3 Deagles, is let him do his thing. They at least have an AK on C's, and Simple, excuse me. That's going to be pretty helpful. The main thing is Team Liquid, keep being assertive. You know, don't give up that much space towards A again. You just can't do that. You could see what Navi's able to manipulate when they have that much space and ability.
See if they become aware of this. If you know, it's one thing to watch a team lose a round like that and be frustrated. It's another to see a team adapt. And oh, they're going very aggressive down mid, but there's Guardian already going to land that shot so perfectly towards JDM. But do they expect Stan here? Well, they didn't expect him, but they still trade on it. That's okay. Simple going to keep things going, and that A side is looking vulnerable. Twist yet to really get into this matchup. He's had a very quiet performance so far. Again, not really having to do too much just yet. Got a little outdone a couple of rounds ago, but he's done okay.
Yeah, I mean, no one's really attacked him at Halls. No. He's had a little bit of a boring time, so we hope he can get back into it if they do come his way, and it looks like he might have some pressure put on him here. It's going to be Nitro and Twist at the A bomb site, allowing Elige to play alone at Banana. They've got to be careful. They know AWP is in play. Flamey's got a second one as well. They can hear this exchange of guns, the player in the bomb site. You know, these noises can be heard out. Nitro probably making those calls. Twist and Pit. Or, excuse me, on the balcony.
Again, he loves this angle. I don't blame him for liking it. You can fall off it. It's just tough. And with Nitro playing this spot, I guess you should be able to trade effectively, but you can see how Navi are trying to work into this one. Good work from Nitro. Now Twist gets to chime in as well. Brilliantly played between each other. Now time begins to tick for Navi, down to 38 seconds, but with Guardian finding Elige, it opens up an avenue towards B. But oh, Nitro! Right through the smoke. That's brilliant. Now it's Edward in the 1v2.
Surprised he's not running quite yet, not wanting to give it away, but now he kicks off because he knows both players at the A bomb site. And Liquid, these guys have got to know he's hiked it over towards the B bomb site. Yeah, they're already on the rotation, going down mid, sticking together. No utility, though. So, Edward, what position do you take?
God.
He's going to go right towards Banana.
Yeah, bomb planted for it now. It's all up to Edward. He can do this. He's heard one. Did he see them? He must have seen them. Someone's got to have called it. No! He's unawares. Now he's aware, though. With the shots coming through, he has to pick a position. And it's the first boxes, and it's not good enough. Nitro's there. The retake works out. And Navi are getting nothing.
That's that little jump that we saw Legia doing. And I don't think you can even see it, to be honest with you, if you're Edward. So a little bit unfortunate, but nice trick, obviously, that is getting blown up. That everyone now knows about. So
Get Right was loving that in mid on Cash, wasn't he?
Yeah.
The thing is, you can do it in so many spots throughout the maps, but seeing it kind of done to that extreme...
Listen, it's a bit broken. Let's just put it out there. It's a bit broken.
It'd be nice if Valve maybe fixed that, though, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know, that's the best laughter to sum it up with. Hey, Valve, want to help? Nah, it's all right. Dota's busy at the moment, guys. But Navi with only 2 rounds. Let's get back to topic, because... that was a lovely little run boost. It didn't really equate to much, but it looks nice.
Well, Stan's going to push down mid again, and he's going to catch one off guard. Jumping across, there's a good kill. JDM covering him as well. A second for Stanislaw. Nice aggression, change the pace. The uppercut from the CT side. This is the mental warfare that you can do on this map. It's going to be so frustrating if you're Navi and you're caught off guard by this.
I love it as well. I love the fact that Liquid are doing this. They have the guts to do it against someone like Navi, who classically, individually are phenomenal. You can't take it away from them. You get a little scared. You get a little nervous playing against someone like Navi. There's a reason you get scared of that name. But as of late, they certainly haven't quite been up to what their reputation necessarily entails. But still, good stuff from Liquid. Don't let them get away with it. Don't let them rest on their laurels. Don't think they have a chance in this. And now Guardian just looking for anything he can. Gets a gun away? Cool. And anything is a bonus at this point.
Well, there's Guardian pushing up towards lane. He gets one. Oh, he can get a second. Twist falls as well. This is not good.
That's an AWP.
This is an absolute nightmare. Bomb is being planted, which is great, but the AWP in his hands in a 1-on-2. And he's got plenty of time. Pit is such a difficult position to take over. And Guardian has a chance here. This would be an awful round to give up if you're Team Liquid.
This is what dreams are made of. If Guardian does this, if he finds that individual, he spotted out one, that's Elige noted, he misses the shot. Goes back in, expects to play up quad. He knows what's happening here, but he's not having much play. No, he's being outdone, he's being surrounded. Guardian needs to land these and...
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, you hate to see
that. You hate to see that, don't you?
Absolutely hate to see it.
I wonder if he wins this round. What do you reckon, Moses? It's like, guess that Pokemon.
I have no idea. Well, that's unfortunate. It wasn't looking. I mean, he had the clock down pretty low though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's tough. So 9-2 for Team Liquid. I guess we'll have to wait and hear about how that comes. Yeah.
We can kind of talk through a little bit of what's been happening because it was a great start for Liquid, to be completely honest. They had a very nice beginning to this matchup. It looked good for them throughout. They started to build themselves up, but let's kind of take it away from, I guess, the good stuff, right? Let's take it away from Liquid doing well, right? That's something we can touch on later because it looks like this might keep up for a while. But where's that, where's that final blow coming in from Navi? Normally it's there. They can do those fast hits, they can be slow, they can do everything normally. That's in their repertoire. But right now we're seeing nothing.
It just feels very underwhelming, doesn't it? I mean, the only real success they've had is some of the pickoffs that they've had from Guardian. The round, the really awkward round, like that round they just walk up lane and Liquid's playing very passively. You feel like Liquid gave that away more than Navi took it, and that's the crazy thing. And this has always been the criticism of this lineup ever since ESL won New York, is you just don't feel like these guys are being assertive enough. You don't feel like there's enough success relative to the amount of talent and skill they have on this team, which is scary. And now also, I mean, Inferno, a tactical map, and you see them slow pace. This is a map that used to be very, very good on, very dangerous. Used to be able to get those terrace rounds. It's nothing we see is very convincing. I mean, Liquid's had all the good reads. They've had that defense where you spot something out and you fall back for information. You get all the rotates there in time. Liquid's done a very good job of rotating and supporting their teammates at the right moments. It's just a little bit hard for Navi, it seems, right now. A bit of a struggle on these T sides.
Yeah, saying the very least. I wouldn't put it past them to be able to stabilize a little here, but as you said, it's not the fact of what they can do. We all know what they can achieve. It's more the fact that they really have nothing building. There's no individual fire. There was a couple of moments from Guardian. That's that's something that we can definitely say is that Guardian's still there, right? Guardian can still do a couple of things. It's a matter of consistency, though. It's a matter of doing it when you're not having to just go like a 1v3 and you're trying to claim something. Picking up those 2 kills with a Tech 9 was more surprising than anything. That he actually was close to making that play happen.
Again, though, that does feel like a blunder from the Liquid guys being out in the open. I mean, obviously, great shots from Guardian, but taking advantage of the mistakes. But still, that should never be offered to them at that kind of a situation, that kind of a timing in the round. And then a very winnable situation that he was in.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of curious. I'm not sure if I was mistaking the scoreboard at some points, but I'm pretty sure Twist has yet to even get a kill.
Yeah.
Or he might be like on 1 maybe now. I don't know how that last round kind of like panned out, if anything. But
no, he was dead.
He was already dead, wasn't he? Yeah. So again, I don't. It's strange seeing Twist being quiet.
0-4, I believe, is his score.
Yeah. Something around that marker.
Yeah, but yeah, well, especially after, I mean, listen, the guy was a beast at the PGL major qualifier. I mean, especially in that final game, the clutches that he pulled off were nuts. He had a very good tournament overall as well, and obviously that kind of, all the Liquid guys speak so highly of him. Like he's going to have a good future. So maybe just a rough match. They also, like we said, they haven't really gone towards him all that much.
Very, very true. And I'm wondering if he's one of those players that doesn't necessarily mind it. There's a lot of players that you can discuss need those kind of eco frags to boost themselves up, feel a little bit more confident, get the easy kills in the bag early, feel the game out. Like Rez, a couple of the players out there is starting to look better with those kind of little bit of padding, but he seems fine. He doesn't look tilted. I'm wondering if he can just maybe come alive a little on the T side here.
Yeah, I mean, also it could be something where, maybe you have I mean, I don't know his disposition as a player either, to be honest with you, but like some players, if they don't get a hot start, like sometimes the match just feels very difficult. They can never get into the right timings. It might be something where maybe we see it on the T side, but certainly on the CT side when we see like Stanislav pushing down on some of these anti-ecos to catch him off guard, have Twist do that. I mean, it's kind of spawn based, so it might not just pan out, but put Twist in a position to maybe get some very easy eco frags and just get him on the board, get him feeling good.
I'm just genuinely curious if he's one of those players that need it, because he is a young player. That was always the big kind of talking point, right? Yeah. So it's like, I'm wondering if that's a factor. It'd be really impressive if he doesn't need it. That's the thing that I'm looking forward to, is if he doesn't care. It's like, well, we're winning the round, so I don't care if I'm not necessarily needed in most of these situations.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen he's a younger player, but I mean, it seems like that I think you grow up a lot when you go through what he went through just last week. So, yeah, well, I mean, that's something we could speak to him afterwards. Maybe we'll find that out later this week. Like, hey, Twist, are you bothered by that, by not having any kills on round 11?
Does it make you feel bad?
Does it make you feel awful?
We'll leave that to Stunner. Stunner can bring that question up. We'll just throw it out to him.
Yeah, we'll shoot him a text.
Yeah. No, still waiting on this one to start back. I'm not sure what the issue is. It seems like a server-side problem, so hopefully that just gets fixed up real quick. And it looks like the players have got headsets still on. It's not like they're too upset by it all. So
yeah, they're all rejoining the server as we speak. We have all 10 in, so it should be in a minute.
All right, well, things should be all good to go, but maybe not a bad thing for Navi either. Let's take all things into consideration. You have 2 rounds, you're struggling. Now, I'm not saying you can sit there and talk it through and, you know, come up with a brilliant plan, but it's more just mentally to, you know, freshen up a little bit, try and pull yourself out of that kind of, I guess, dip that you're going to be getting into.
Yeah, the tough part is, I mean, even going into the gun rounds, we haven't seen we haven't seen any players really that look like they're zoned in, right? They just, I mean, this might be a little bit harsh, but it almost feels like they've kind of phoned it in a little bit, where everyone's just kind of shown up. We don't see Simple making any of the dynamic plays.
Yeah.
Guardian with the AWP, he's been naded down, he's been countered a couple times, but you don't see his assertiveness with the AWP. You see very slow, like, splits towards bomb sites. It almost feels like Navi is trying to play this strategic to the point where they can outplay Liquid on the defense tactically. And you'd like to see at some point, like, someone just say, I am going to win this round, I'm going to get these kills. Flamey with the AK-47, we've seen what he can do. He's like a forest guy who can just go into anywhere on the map and find kills. Haven't seen any of that, so a little bit frightening in that sense if you're a Navi fan.
Well, this is the thing. There was, you know, the rumors started to circle of that CIS shuffle, and, you know, you can read what you want into this, but this is a very poor performance thus far from Navi. I'm not putting out the realm of possibility that they can recover and come back later in this tournament and find something. But the fact is, it's not the fact that they're down at the scoreline. It's the way the rounds have been playing out, I think, is what I'm looking at, is the fact that it's flat.
Listen, it's 9-2. This is still a very salvageable half. They get up, if they get up towards 5, you know, that's all of a sudden in the realm of where they can win. So Navi's got to be... They've got to bounce back from this, and then you hope something has been said in the freeze time. Actually, I think technical timeouts, they can't really talk in.
I don't think so. I'm almost certain you're not meant to be talking during, and it looks like that, unless they just don't want to talk to each other. You know?
Yeah, right. In which
really
case,
upset.
We've got a whole other host of issues to talk about.
Yeah, we can start going into that one, but no. On the other side, let's kind of flip the switch though and talk about what's been going right for Liquid, because I think, you know, obviously when Navi aren't bringing an A game, it sits very nicely for Liquid, but mentally they came off a very, very heartbreaking loss not too long ago. So again, these guys coming right back into this has got to be a great step in the right direction for them.
Well, yeah, and this is some of the big strengths that we've seen in Liquid's growth recently is how they're dictating the pace of this game on the CT side. So you see the way on Pistol,
занимают ковры, и, возможно, тут
they have Nitro baiting for him, catch not.
Выходить Эдвард. Ну и вот выход от Нави. Станислав в пленте. Отличная позиция для того, чтобы принимать. Там же флешка в ответ. Все слепые. Да, Борода.
Без шансов, да. Simple последний. О нем, в принципе, должны догадываться игроки команды Liquid.
Оп!
Ну, неплохо. Да, можно еще там выйти, кому-то поставить, но в любом случае раунд в пользу команды Liquid. JDM ставит жирную точку в рамках этого. 10-2. Сейчас команда НАТО Свинцера будет покупать. По деньгам все не очень хорошо. Если говорить опять Simple, то, возможно, вот стоило бы сыграть с пистолетами и арморами.
В смысле, они опять эко делают?
Ну, это уже будет немного проапгрейдженное эко.
Я понял.
Улучшили немного на Simple с АК-47.
Короче, у Нави явно не пошла игра в атаке, это уже точно.
Я там вроде как увидел флешка, которая прилетела в ковры от команды Нави, от которой все ослепли. Я не уверен, что это или была их флешка, или это все-таки ребята из Liquid бросали.
Интересный.
JDM, да, такой буст, кстати, был у нас, очень часто использовался на мейджоре. Очень часто что-то подобное делают в мейне на карте Дэкэш. Но вот в этом не сработало Нитро.
Проблемы могут быть у команды Liquid, если сейчас Нави решат очень быстро заходить. Есть смоки, можно попробовать изолировать Сити. Начинайте заходить уже сейчас. Чего вы ждете? Ну, ребята.
Ну, ждут перетяжки от своих оппонентов. Есть АК-47, есть еще с чем поработать.
Так после килла можно было уже зайти.
Ну, в смог это проблема, на самом деле. В смог идти это тоже такая себе история, прохладная. Решили все-таки ребята разыгрывать дальше большинство. И будет еще люркер на коврах. Это Александр Костылев, Simple, который, нет, все-таки перетягивается.
Прочекал, видимо, поджимы.
Ну вот уже вот с позднячком этот выход на Б может сработать. И Станислав отлетает на миди. И тут Нави должны задуматься, стоит ли идти на Б.
Да, но вот сейчас такой тайминг, что нужно выждать паузу, секунд 10-15, раскидывать, потом заходить на Б. Да?
Да.
Ну, приблизительно, да. Вот они смоки, не выдержали эту паузу. И теперь сейчас Нави будет заходить на двоих. При этом еще Молик прилетает в ответ. Нави сейчас полностью читается. 2 игрока у Liquid на Б. И по-хорошему после этого Молотова можно было развернуться и убежать на А. Но Нави решили дальше гнуть свою линию. Опять все слепые. Хорошие тайминговые флешки. GDM принимает Дениса. Всем Молотов никуда. Но Александр Костылев делает минус по Элиже. Тут же GDM нужно очень срочно его загонять за Б3. Тут же Егор делает минус. И бомба будет установлена. И твист 1-3. Все-таки Нави здесь добиваются своего, и, ну, вот за счет разменов, прежде всего, они заходят на точку. Ну и твист идет ретейкать, деньги есть Молик. Молик откидывается за Б3. Там уже твист понимает приблизительно, что никого нет, откидывает флешку в апартаменты, но, наверное, это сейф. Кстати, интересно, что по деньгам, если уходит твист на сейф, то, скорее всего, там все очень даже неоднозначно.
Ну, у Нави будет все хорошо по экономике, потому что, опять же, под 0 закупался только у нас один. Это Simple. У всех остальных ну, есть уже запас денег, еще и бомба сейчас взорвется, так что все хорошо. В этом плане будет у рожденных побеждать в следующем раунде 14 по счету, предпоследнем. Твист уходит, и ну, Нави, понятно, что даже не пытались искать. Тут нужно выносить максимум из этих раундов.
Ну, вообще нужно забирать еще 2. Так будет, при таком раскладе будет даже неплохой счет, если они выиграют, если они сыграют 5-10. Пауза, вероятно, от Liquid, а может быть даже и от Нави.
Кстати, 4-11 у нас уже счет, ебот показывает.
Как 4-11?
Ну, вот если ты обратил, вот,
да, обратил внимание.
4-11, неужели это спойлер? Ну,
ой-ой-ой-ой, опасность.
Да, да, ну посмотрим, ребята, может быть, вот бот на...
А как 11-4? То он на 2 раунда вперед видит этот бот и бот.
Посмотрим. Ну, действительно, ебот. Ну что ж, смотрим дальше. Денис Костин находится на втором миде. Пока что нет агрессии от команды Liquid. Вот втроем
3+2.
обороняться, да. Ну и подсадка, которая уже была от команды Liquid. В принципе, Нави должны догадываться о том, что вот важный раунд. Да, Simple. Вернее, это Иоанн Сухарев, простите. Тут просто как бы не совсем получается прочитать сразу никнейм, потому что очень длинные решили.
Да, непривычно
Взять. Отстреливать все-таки противника. Это был Элиш. Нитро остается последний здесь. И также перетяжка от двоих тиммейтов. Ну, угадают или нет, это тоже вопрос. Liquid решили просто гэмблить, как ты сказал, просто угадывают.
Да, ну и вот они угадывают, они втроем сейчас на Б, при этом еще собираются сделать выпад, и Ваня просто спиной уходит, ну абсолютно не ожидал, он выпад от GDM, а Кадиллак там просто выехал на своих 4 и уничтожил Сухарева. 4 в 4 ситуация для Нави. Отдают полностью, опять же, контроль банана. Денис с бомбой уходит на А. Уже Нави читаются. Им уже идут в спину. Станислав и Нитро сейчас просто сожрут всю команду на
Ой, Станислав получает
Станислав еще по стрельбе выступил как ботинок.
Да, но
ну
вот есть информация о том, что двое пушили банан. Тут уже нужно выходить, наверное, на точку А. Simple читает все позиции. Твист пока что за центральным ящиком пытаются действовать. Нет, не получается. Simple, еще один минус по JDM. Открывает полностью этот ленд и путь для своей команды. Прорубил окно сейчас для Нави, чтобы поставить бомбу на позиции А. Ну, как дальше отыграть Станислав вместе со своим тиммейтом? Это Нитро. Они оба просевшие. Есть дефузы, есть гранаты, но хорошая позиция у команды НАТО Свинцера.
Ретейк от Ликвида. Станислав тут в смоке на ребрах. Хороший молик. Подгорает. Его услышали. Владислав наверняка услышал как раз-таки то, что там оппонент подгорел. Ну и все, это сейф. Это сейф. Нитро сейвит АВП. Станислав уходит с эмкой, также и Нави берут 4-й раунд. А вот теперь можно вспомнить и бота ботинка этого спойлераста. И сейчас мы узнаем, как вообще такое может быть. Как он мог наванговать 2 раунда вперед, счет 11-4.
В таком случае будет...
Нави уже 4-й взяли.
Да,
а в таком случае это будет 3-2-2 какое-то. Это, не знаю, Габен. Fix this, please, Габен. Что это
можно
такое?
Пофиксить. Тут спойлер бросает нам постоянно. Ну, последний раунд первой половины, дорогие друзья. Нави против Liquid. Нави пытается тащить. В принципе, это у них последние вот 2 раунда получается неплохо. Ну и Liquid закупаются под 0. Понятно, что нужно все карты выкладывать сейчас на стол, потому что последний раунд в защите. Есть АВП от JDM, которую мы пока не видим. То есть он есть где-то в поле, но вот эффективности, конечно, не приносит.
Слушай, ну он неплохо там выехал за Сухаревым на банане в прошлый раз.
Ну, да.
И, ну, хоть и раунд проиграли, но этот килл в ответ был на самом деле очень важным. Сейчас у GDM проблемы на банане, у него 23 хп. Тут опять же Ваня очень опасно пропрыгивает. Такое ощущение, что не... там смог не прорисовался с той стороны. Вернее, смог прорисовался, как раз таки текстура. В общем, да. Не туда посмотрел, не то увидел, но приблизительно все равно рисковал.
Все равно, да.
Нави стоят минута 10 до конца. Нет контроля ни над какими позициями. Банан закрыт. Апартаменты, в принципе, тоже пока не готовы. 4+1 от Liquid за счет GDM, который на банане. Но это на самом деле ошибка для Liquid, потому что если сейчас очень легко разменяют GDM, ну вот сделают Нави минус на банане, то могут быстро зайти. Под флешку отгоняют GDM, выстрел в никуда, есть контроль банана. Ну и вот теперь 40 секунд до конца раунда. Ребят, ну в какой-то момент вы просто будете читаться.
Ну, Все еще 3+2. Команда Liquid пока не понимает, куда же все-таки будет основной выход направлен от команды Natus Винцера. Твист под коврами вместе с Станиславом. Классная позиция, на самом деле, для звена команды, которая играет сейчас в защите. Эдвард направляется в банан. Это, кстати, бомба. Станислав выбивает все-таки Костина. И уже есть инфа о том, что это выход на точку Б. Здесь хорошие позиции от звена команды Liquid. И здесь Сухарев отлетает без шансов. JDM работа на своей позиции через гробы просто. Хоронит команду Natus Винцера. Егор Васильев на размене, но этого пока недостаточно. Мало времени. Бомба будет поставлена, но розыгрыш тяжелее.
Максимально долго живет GDM. Один хелспоинт у него. И Нави 2 в 4. Бомба стоит. Сейчас выжидают паузу. А Ликвиды для удобной атаки, для удобного ретейка. Залетит флешка. Simple делает выпад. Понимает, что нужно рисковать. Откидывает флешку. Такой тайминг очень-очень все тонко. На грани для Костылева. Ну и Егор морозится за Б3. Simple здесь очень зажат в этой позиции. Его просто убивает в спину. Ну и ретейк. 11-4, и таки бот был прав. 11-4 просто заспойлерил 2 раунда назад с счетным. Как такое может быть,
ребята,
я
как
не
он
знаю.
это делает? Я не знаю на самом деле. Но
это 3-2-2, 100%.
Не будет такого у нас больше, то есть не будет таких спойлеров. Хотя, может быть, это совпадение. 24-6. Вы, ребята, наши зрители, видели Станислава в последнее время с таким счетом? Я нет.
Прет Стасика, и, наверное, все-таки во многом благодаря игре команды Navi здесь Станислав делает много работы, и, в принципе, со стороны глаз команды Liquid Natus Винцера не делали чего-то такого сложного, неожиданного, сверхъестественного. Вот один раунд мне понравился, когда они сыграли, они потеряли Костылева, раунд был 4 в 5, они зашли на ребра, очень долго там думали, в итоге прошли на респ, но не смогли нормально зайти на точку Б. Все остальное время, ну, как-то слишком прямолинейно, слишком просто для команды Liquid было.
Да,
это дело.
Да. Так оно и есть, пока у Станислава все залетает. Он и бот, который предсказывал результат практически 1 целое. Ну и поджим JDM, который не прочитали. Команда Natus Винцера, этот выход на поздних таймингах и лишь просто отличный спрей по всем своим соперникам. Ну, работа была. То есть,
ну вот раунд там, где тоже было.
Молодцы, ребята. То есть они свои защитные редуты смогли выставить таким образом, чтобы Нави не проходили без размена не в свою пользу. Ну и последний раунд тоже. JDM, вот только я заговорил о нем, сразу же хорошая работа на гробах. Ну и Нави. Такой счет на самом деле неплохой для них. 4-11, они точно так же в защите могут укатывать без шансов.
Если честно, ни разу не видел от Нави смог на гробы при выходе на Б. Там они, в принципе, на Б не так часто ходили, но не было этого смока. Не знаю, игра Нави, конечно, в атаке на Инферно, ну, не очень впечатлила. Посмотрим. Есть вариант выиграть пистолетку, потом попробовать набрать что-то в дефенсе. Но, опять же, сейчас Liquid могут на пистолетном в атаке делать вообще какие-то совершенно просто твист. 2-0-3 стата.
Ну, кстати,
Владислав 4-0-12, Иоанн Эдвард 5-0-13, Сист 4-1-12, Егор Васильев 6-2-13. Ну, не убивают игроки команды Navi. Совершенно не летит, не знаю, что там у них происходит, но игра не летит. Костылев делает какие-то минуса, но здесь, наверное, уже статистика уходит на второй план. В целом, наверное, нужно рассматривать, в комплексе рассматривать
как двигаются отдельно взятые звенья, как вообще игроки, вот, ну, как вообще вот действует атака, в каких эшелонах вообще выходы идут на точку А, на точку Б. Ну, в этом плане, конечно же, провалились немного ребята из команды Natus Винцера, но сейчас могут вернуться. Нужно забирать пистолетный раунд, и потихонечку можно совершить этот камбэк. Пока у нас сегодня таких жестких камбэков не было. То есть были просто вот игры, были просто где-то напряженные раунды, но в целом вот с такого счета, наверное, никто не отыгрывался. Хотя была хорошая попытка СК против Space Soldiers. 3-12 там бразильцы проигрывали на карте Дэкэш. Но потом вот был мастер-класс, как отыгрываться, но не до конца, не дожали своих оппонентов. Ну, ждем, пока все будет готово на сервере. Тут еще некоторые проблемы с счетом были. Вот, все же ебот думает, кому отдать 11 раунд, или Liquid оставить, или Navi.
Мы теперь будем за ним пристально смотреть.
Да, на самом деле.
Он уже не первый раз такое исполняет. Может, он пьян вообще?
Обидно было на самом
Увольте
деле.
и бота.
Он тоже был на свадьбе у Гардиана.
И бот Батькович.
Так и есть. Ну, отсчет раундов у нас уже пошел. Это вселяет веру в то, что все-таки будет у нас пистолетный. Да, Денис Костин пишет о том, что получайте удовольствие, have fun, чтобы было это, нужно, конечно, забирать раунд. В первую очередь касается команды Natus Винцера. Эдвард направляется на мидл. Pistol King некогда. Сейчас тоже есть возможность собрать информацию. Кстати, очень много инфы. Он увидел банан, который пропрыгивал, и второй мидл тоже. При этом Гардиан, агрессивный выход на плюс. Пока что контакт без летального исхода.
Откидывает декой Гардиан. Кстати, Гардиан здесь один стоит. И опорнику на Б ни в коем случае в пистолетом здесь нельзя погибать. Он должен играть только на чек. Никаких здесь агрессивных выпадов совершенно не должно быть от него. Ни на инфу, ни на что. Он здесь играет чисто на чек. То есть он дает информацию и уходит. Что, собственно, и делает Словак. Сейчас Нави вчетвером на точке А в апартаментах. Сист. Ликвиды стоят под А. Какие-то интересные у нас тут смоки. Ликвид заходит сплитом. Да, бомба на ребрах. Двигаются в эту сторону. Есть игрок на коврах. Стянул на себя внимание. Денис мажет. Суспа пока никого не убивает. Но это зажим Б. Очень круто это смотрится. Ладислав один. Денис уже в библиотеке.
Сбрила. На самом деле, что одного, что второго. Тут выход на пустой Б-плент от команды Liquid.
Четвером на, ребят. Ну
закрыто,
как пропустить? Да. Ну у вас же прилетает смог в малые пески. Ну вы сами не подумайте о том, что происходит вообще. Рассказываю. Для тех, кто не в курсе, что нужно делать на карте, когда... Ладно, давай досмотрим раунд, я потом расскажу,
Нитро.
что нужно делать.
Готов уже косить, нет, не получается. Simple есть минус, второго не залетает. JDM на размене неплохо для своей команды действует. И вместе с Элижем и Станиславом команда Liquid закрывает все вопросы в этом пистолетном раунде. 12-4.
Значит, вот, вы стоите в дефенсе. У вас раунд 4+1. Я рассказываю, исходим из того, что играют Нави. У вас один Словак на Б. Вы вчетвером на. Вам прилетает смог в большие, и есть как бы инфа по коврам. Вы стоите вчетвером, не в большие, а в малые. Вы стоите вчетвером на. Что нужно сделать? Поджать шорт, поджать ребра. Вам нельзя стоять. Вы будете стоять, вас просто разведут, как, я не знаю, как кроликов просто. Один в итоге, что получилось? Нави абсолютно, вот, они играют пистолетку, но у них нету контры на выход, если выходят на короткий и двигаются в арку. Ну как так? Вы должны сразу же перестроиться. Денис стоит себе дальше в библиотеке, ему вообще не надо действовать, он просто ждет. Остальные поджимают ребра и начинают двигаться. Вы уже потом, у вас у самих рисуется картина раунда своих оппонентов, вы понимаете, что они делают. Ну как так?
Как-то так. Как вот есть, наверное.